What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Now, we're not doing a walk and talk here. We're gonna do, at the moment, because I'm on my way back from the store, we're gonna do a drive and talk right now. Now, I had just found out, I had seen on YouTube that one of Adam the Woo's best friends, a guy named Kevin, which I will link his channel down below. That guy doesn't need my help linking his channel, but I will link the video below that I watched of Kevin's. Basically, he was Adam's best friend in the area where Adam lived there over in the Celebration, Florida area. It was like Adam's best friend and confidant. Adam would talk to him about a lot of stuff he wouldn't talk to a lot of people about. So they were really good friends. They were pretty tight. And Kevin went through different things about Adam, about how Adam was, influenced a lot of people, changed people's lives he had met, just all kinds of, really good things about Adam. He had mentioned that Adam was one of the, and I guess it is true, I don't know exact numbers, places, peoples, and things, but Adam was one of the pioneering fathers of urban exploring, theme park vlogging, travel vlogging. Adam was one of the people that did, pioneer that genre, or those genres on YouTube. You didn't really think about it until Kevin mentioned all that, and this is like, yeah, wow, he actually did. The guy, Adam had, super big cojones, and quit a conventional job, got in his van, and drove across the United States filming stuff. And then, when his channel took off, things got way better for him, and he was able to continue on his YouTube journey, and he crushed it. I mean, that guy, vlogging of any kind, that guy crushed it. Kevin went over the day that Adam had passed, how he received a phone call from somebody saying that, hey, there's someone, outside knocking on Adam's door, and is this normal? And his friend Kevin was like, yeah, because he's waiting for a fellow vlogger, German in Venice, to come over, and they were supposed to, I guess, do some videos that day or whatever. And then come to find out Adam wasn't answering the door. And, the rest is history. You guys know the rest of the story. Police were called. They had to come to call 911. They had to come down, break down the door, and they found Adam in his bed, for what it looked like, from what I understand. He died peacefully in his sleep. So Kevin went over that day. He got real emotional at times and had to shut off the camera, which is, 100% understandable. I get it. They were pretty tight friends. And he had confirmed, because there was a lot of people that had this theory, or they had heard that Adam had one last unedited vlog still in his camera. And come to find out, Kevin did confirm, yes, there is one last vlog that is now edited, is now in the can. It's just they don't know, I guess. They're going to leave it up to his family, I guess, Adam's family, when they're going to release this vlog. And I think that to a lot of people, that is really going to be really comforting, because his last vlog was the one where he just drove around Celebration, and he had the Grinch and the golf cart with him and all that. And then people had heard, no, he had more footage of another video on his camera. Kevin did confirm that there was one last vlog. It was, like I said, it was edited, and I guess it was kind of up to the family. I don't know, when they do decide to release this video, I don't know if it's going to be on Kevin's channel, if it's going to be on Adam's dad has a channel, JWW on the Move is the channel, or if it's going to be, maybe the family is going to figure out Adam's passwords or whatever somehow, maybe, and release it on Adam's channel. So that's all up in the air right now as to really when the release of this will happen. So it's going to be interesting, because that vlog, Adam's style of vlogging was, film day of, and then upload it by the next morning. So basically, from all I could tell, this last vlog that's on his camera is going to be Adam's last day on Earth, because that was his style. He would film today, upload tomorrow morning. So I guess that's going to be that last final vlog, whatever it was, whatever Adam chose to film that day, is going to be basically the last day on Earth for Adam. And that's going to be interesting to see what he did that day. Because when this stuff was coming out about the last vlog and everything, you know, people were like, well, we hung out with Adam that evening and he never picked up his camera. Because Adam, the night before he passed, got together with some friends, I guess for a Christmassy kind of get-together, or some kind of get-together. And everybody said, well, he never picked up his camera once when he was with us. So people weren't really sure if there was one last vlog. And like I said, come to find out there was. So that's going to be interesting to see Adam's very last vlog, his very last, basically, day on Earth, you know. So I'll be looking forward to seeing that video. Adam did touch a lot of people's lives. He did. He inspired me to start my Out and About channel, with the channel you're watching this video on right now. He inspired me to start doing that, you know. And what I always enjoyed about Adam, and it's something people have said about him, and even his friend, you know, his friend Kevin had mentioned it. It's like he made you feel like you were tagging along with a friend, you know. His demeanor and his, you know, the way he would talk to the camera and everything. A lot of people had never met Adam, but they felt like they knew him, you know, and you know, that was the magic of him, you know. He was talking to you, not at you. You know, when I do my videos, you know, no matter if it's this channel, Out and About, or if it's my Crypt Door Cemetery channel, I always try to keep a little bit of that aspect in there, you know. I don't know how good of a job I do, but I always try to keep that little aspect, like, not, you know, talk to people, not at them. And I always try to do that. Like I said, don't know how successful I am doing that, but it is what it is. And his friend had made a really good point, and it's the truth, because Adam has a background before YouTube and all that, while having a conventional regular jobs as well. He played in a couple different punk rock bands. Adam played bass, I do believe it was, in a couple different punk rock bands over the years too. And his friend Kevin was talking about it, how Adam is kind of like the punk rock Mr. Rogers. And that makes total sense. You know, Adam's demeanor, the way he talked, the way everything was, you know, so, you know, everything was so amazing, and he would film this, that, and the other. He was like a punk rock Mr. Rogers. And Adam has had a video in the past where he talks about the influence Mr. Rogers had on him growing up. So that, like I said, that makes total sense. And when I heard that, it just clicked. I was like, yeah, dude, totally like a punk rock Mr. Rogers. You know, Adam could have went the route of having sponsors and this, that, and the other, and he wasn't having none of that. You know, a lot of YouTubers will have, you know, get sponsorships for, you know, talk about a product in a video, this, that, and the other, and I'm sure there's good money in that. But Adam wasn't about that, and he wasn't, you know, he was just happy with the views he was getting from his viewers. You know, he had t-shirts for a while, from what I understand, and he cut that off. You know, he didn't want to take anything from anybody. You know, all he asked of you was for your viewership, and that's really all that he asked of people. And I think that is what made him such a really awesome person. You know, never met the guy, but I could tell by his videos, you know, he was an awesome person. So I'm glad to hear that his buddy made the video. His buddy's video, Kevin's video, was over the course of like the last 3 weeks. I think the first few clips were started on Christmas Day, and then they ended in like our current time right now. You know, he had started filming the vlog and let it sit for a couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. And then he finished it and uploaded it like yesterday, because it said when I watched it just a couple hours ago, it said it was uploaded 20 hours ago. So that was yesterday. So I'm glad to hear all that. I'm glad to hear him confirm that there was one last vlog in Adam's camera. And like I said, he inspired me to start my channel. You know, I have a full-time job. So I can't constantly go out places and film stuff. So this channel does suffer a lot because I just don't have that kind of time on my hands. I upload stuff when I can here. But in 2026 here, in honor of Adam, what I would like to do is start uploading more. You know, I have another channel. I have a cemetery channel where I talk about, you know, notable people, show unique graves. If there's an interesting story about the person buried, I'll figure it out and I'll tell it. And people seem to like that, the storytelling and showing the cemetery and the grave and everything. And that channel is kind of easy to do videos for. You know, all I have to do is pick one day, go out to 1 or 2 different cemeteries, and I can film like a month's worth of content in just one day. You know, as long as I keep the videos down to 15 to 20 minutes, I can take a 6-hour period of a day and just film a month's worth of content. This channel, the Out and About channel, is a little bit harder because you got to go out and different places and film stuff. And one location could take you a whole day to film. I could probably do a certain location, and then I could probably go to a couple different restaurants and get a few videos, but I don't know if I could go out in one single day and film an entire month's worth of vlogs. I don't think I could for this channel. Cemetery channel, it's easier. This channel, it's harder. I have a walking channel, a city walking channel, where I don't say anything. I just walk through like San Francisco and different areas of San Francisco or whatever city, and just let the natural sounds flow in. And that's another channel where I can go out and film 4 to 6 weeks worth of content in one day. But this channel requires a little bit more work. You know, like I said, going to one theme park can take you an entire day to film. You know, but in 2026 here, I would like to upload more, even if it's something people think is insignificant. Going to Starbucks, going to the grocery store. You know, my wife and I have a post office box that we have because we have in our apartment building, there's people who will, you know, take packages away from our door. So we have a post office box. If it's me checking my post office box, just anything, I would like to start doing regular vlogs in honor of Adam. Daily vlogs, you know, I don't know if I can keep that grind up, but just doing vlogs in general. I would like to start doing more in 2026 in honor of Adam. And I would, when I hashtag my videos, like in the description box of my videos, I'll put relevant hashtags to the location I'm filming, or the theme park, or just the walking tour video. I have a couple walking tour videos on this channel as well, but I talk on those. When I hashtag the videos, like in the description box, the relevant hashtags, I think in honor of Adam, I'm always going to use the hashtag, and whether it be social media or regular social media or YouTube, I'm always going to use the hashtag join me, shall you? Because that's how Adam opened up all of his videos. You know, he would have an intro, he would talk about something at the end before he started the adventure. He'd always say, join me, shall you? And I think I'm always going to use that hashtag in honor of Adam and whatever it is that I do on social media. All right, guys, I'm at my destination. I'm out of here. Thank you all so much for watching. You all greatly appreciated. I know I got some critics out there that are probably gonna rip me up over anything and everything that I upload, even if it's a daily vlog. I'm sure I'm gonna hear it, but guess what? I don't give a shit. I do things for me. I do things that I want to do. So if there's people out there that have a problem with me uploading more regular on this channel, then unsubscribe. Don't watch is all I can say. That's the best advice I can give you. All right, guys, thank you all so much, and I will talk to you later.